Special Advisor to Lagos State Governor on Drainage and Water Resources and Chieftain of the All Progressive Congress APC, Engineer Joe Ibekwe. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
So, you post one very dramatic picture when you hear of the arrest of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. Very dramatic picture. You raise your hands into the air and you begin to thank God for what you say happened at that moment. What did they go through your mind?
He said on Radio Biafra that if they see me, his boys, they should behead me and kill all my children, destroy my home. And, you know, I played it down, but I put my life in the hands of God, that of my family. Because I was asking myself, has it gotten to this? That you cannot hear, voices that are not saying, no, we can't go this way. I'm older than him. I saw the Civil War. He didn't see the Civil War. I know what we went through. I didn't go to school during the Civil War. I was in primary 5, when war started in 1967. And after the war, I started again in primary 5. I went back to starting primary 5. And I understand what played out, the casualties, the pains, the tears, the losses. My father lost his business for that 3 years. And we said, do we have to go through this way again? I haven't seen it all because I know what he does not know. I have seen what he has not seen. I have the experience. I wrote it was 25 years after Biafra, a book in 1995. I don't know how old he was then. I just dropped another one 50 years after Biafra last month. So I have seen it all, experienced, and I have history behind me. So has it come to this that if you have dissent voices, then the person will have to be killed? That's why I knelt down. He said I knelt down. He could have been worse. Many people died. Killed many people. I said, no, I'm not celebrating there. I'm just thanking God that at least I may be a little bit free. That was only the. Again, I'm looking at the big picture too. Do we have to go this way again? Because my people will say, if elders are not at home, children may wear snakes and call it necklaces.
You talk about the pains of that civil war, and some people will talk, say, now because of the memories of that pain and waiting to happen since after then, they talk about marginalization and talk about how the state never maybe truly compensates them for some of those losses. And that's why people like Nnamdi Kanu and the others, the call for a separation from these states where they talk, say, no get their interest at heart.
It's not the option. You negotiate. You go to the conference table to negotiate. Because you may say, we have been marginalized, yes. After all, we have the least number of states. When you compare us with the other zones, it's denying us a lot of things. But if you place the 3 major ethnic groups on the table, Igbo is not the last. In terms of anything.
In terms of anything?
Anything. Education, wealth, cash. We're not the last. I won't tell you we are the first, but I won't tell you that we are the last.
You talk about cash and make you look along that line. The enterprising spirit.
Enterprising is our culture.
Exactly.
Tradition.
Exactly. And some people will say that because of the work of the Igbos, not because of anything what the federal government helped them with.
But you are not doing, they're not doing the business in the southeast. You are doing the business across, everywhere. Nigeria will do the business. Oh, Lagos here, it's too much. Oh, investment is too much. Abuja, the same. Sokoto, Kaduna, the same. They are widely traveled people. It's their tradition, it's a culture. So they need a space. If you can go and invest in Cameroon. I know my brothers who lived in Cameroon for years. You can go to Ghana, you can go to anywhere. Why are you asking for a small space? It means that the place you're operating is too small for you. That's why you're moving. There's no ethnic group in Nigeria that has widely traveled as our people. They go to a place. We are nobody. They will just set up a business. It may be a supermarket, it may be a medicine store. Before you know it, you buy land there, build a house. So what we are saying as people who know businessmen is that Nigeria provides a big space for Igbo enterprise to thrive, not a small space, because of the nature of our people.
And you don't be very clear about your stance of not supporting Biafra. Perhaps, because of this thing where you talk about a small space.
Small space, I can advance so many reasons. I can advance other reasons why it must not be. There has been intermarriages, inter-ethnic marriages across. Yeah, friendship with other Nigerians. Some people, their mothers are Igbo. Their fathers Hausas. And their daughters are, just like that, across. The other day, we just gave Kochari's first son went to marry somebody from Ijebu. So there's inter-ethnic relationship that is so interwoven, so linked together for years that you cannot, like somebody like Ikenwachuku. The mother is Igbo. The father is Igbo. The mother is Hausa, and he's marrying a Yoruba woman. Where will he go? You see, let us borrow a leaf from Rwanda. Make we go to Rwanda, go see how they Tutsis, 10%, Hutus, 90%. They fought a war. They killed almost 1 million people. Today, they have learned from their mistakes. And they said they don't want anybody to mention it. If you are filling a form, go put, say, you be Tutsi or Hutu. You go just sign as a Rwandan. They say, where are you from? They say, I'm a Rwandan. I'm not Hutu. I'm not Hutus. I'm not Tutsi. I'm a Rwandan. That's how to build. Somebody say, if you want to build a nation, you go kill tribe. My tribe, my tribe, my tribe. You go kill tribe.
So if not Biafra, how you go propose, say, make these issues of marginalization where the Southeast they complain about, and indeed other regions, other ethnic groups they complain. How you go propose make them solve this issue?
The only thing I want federal government to do is to give Igbo people additional states. I've been advocating for that for years now. Just one state. Because we work hard in this country. We built Abuja. Sizable number of Abuja, we built it. If all the governors gather here in Nigeria, all the 36 governors will be the list, 5. Others have 6. One zone has 7. When they give us that 6th one, I'm going to be the governor. I'm going to be the governor. I don't work for it. It means that immediately we'll have 6 governors. we'll have senators. We'll have more House of Rep members, 3 more senators, 6 or 7, 8 House of Representatives. 1 state assembly, 1 state capital, 1 university, take off capital, more local governments. So many things will open up. 12,000 jobs will be created immediately. And there will be instant development in that area. Because when we go advocating, go to Enugu State, get a portion of it, get a portion of Ebonyi State, get a portion of Anambra State, get a portion of Imo, get a portion of Abia. That's the way we did it.
And you think, say, the creation of just 1 state would be enough to satisfy the cries of these people who talk about marginalization?
What else they want? What else would you say? I said, put every ethnic group on the table. We are not the last. They like this perceived marginalization, you know. Those who have 7 states, how are they? Those who have 6, how? The number of states does not matter. What matters? The thing where it matters there are the people. And the people. Those you think say that they marginalize you, those where they marginalize you, how are they? Are they better?
Make we go back to talk again about the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, the way the federal government, where your party, the lead, take arrest them. That's something we don't bring up a lot of criticism. In fact, Professor Wole Soyinka call them kidnapping. How you go respond to that?
I don't know. Because he's a leader. Have you read the book, 48 Laws of Power? Have you read the book? 48 Laws of Power is a book. One chapter there says, take away the leader and the followers will disappear, will run away. Because I have just shown you 2 videos. He's dishing out fire and brimstone. You know, not civil talks at all. Abuse. Invectives. Throwing stones all over. Creating enemies. Let me tell you. A chieftain of APC traveled to Imo State. Did you see his body when he was killed? Did you see the blood flowing? That incident could cause a civil war that will take 1 million souls.
But it's not clear who they're responsible for the killing of.
Because they are telling you about unknown gunmen. Are you believing it? Me, it's not unknown. I'm an elder, I cannot lie. It's IPOP and ESN. They are the ones. It's an armed robbery attack. Because he was the returning officer during that election, in the last elections in that state. It's political.
Okay, so in the face of all these accusations now, so you say you support, say, make the federal government suppose use any means in their power, including kidnapping, as Professor Wole Soyinka call out, to take arrest.
You wouldn't know. You know, they said, they counted 6 people. The whalers, we call them whalers. The ethnic bigots. They say they put my name, put about 3 or 4 other names as people where go tell the government where he did. And here I do. I don't go anywhere. Like I tell you. What happened is a serious international diplomacy, delicate and seamless operation that must have taken years to plan and execute. Yorubas will tell you, say, Kinshe Isha or Jonko, no be one day job. Seamless, delicate diplomacy. That when you see the plan, and you know that it's not a baby It's not a show for small boys.
You see the plan?
No, I mean, if they give you the details of the plan, I mean, what do you think SSS do? DSSS do? It is called covert operations. Covert operations or covert operations. And they can spend any amount of money to get what they want. They can spend any amount of money. And it's a collaboration. You collaborate with other countries, you know, get what you want. It's high-level diplomacy. Sophisticated diplomacy. So, take the lead away, and the followers will scatter. That's the rule.
So you talk about the fact, say they name you. Say
nnamdi.
Exactly. And I want to ask this question because I see this article somewhere and I'm not sure, say it come from you, but this is a platform for you to also clarify that. So the article get headlines, say Nnamdi Kanu, they tell Nnamdi Kanu to come collect $10 million and he fall for that. That's not part of how they take catch up. They say now you talk so.
No, Ben, I don't say anything though. I didn't say anything. Let me tell you, anything where you see for social media, do I look like somebody that will tell you that? Am I a DSS officer? I'm a drainage man here. I clean gutter in Lagos. Now the thing where they do, I don't fit. I don't get that kind of power. Maybe I have to read. I better give me my iPad because I have to put this to straight. I don't get the capacity. If you know what is called covert operations, then you will understand what I'm telling somebody will explain to you. Involves a lot of things. A lot of things at play. Collaboration. And you spend money, spend time, energy, and get what you want.
Again, how you go respond to criticism, say, perhaps the federal government use big sledgehammer to kill fly in the case of the arrest and containing of Nnamdi Kanu, when you look at every other security issues where Nigeria they battle with, Boko Haram will be something where don't they on even before this government coming, and also the new ones where don't come up in the course of this administration, talking about banditry and kidnappings. Say why they no use the same resources, attention, and energy what they use to take catch Nnamdi Kanu to follow all those other issues.
That is the argument of the weakest human beings. We want to compare Sambisa Forest with Southeast that is smaller than Kogi State. And those people are not coming. They are coming. They are bandits who come to kidnap for money. You pay them money, they release. Now their business. Those people may not even be Nigerians.
Hundreds of lives.
Yes.
Don't they affect? Hundreds of lives.
Yes, we know. But it's not war. It's not secession. In fact, in the courts, in the Supreme Court of Nigeria, when this issue of secession came, they say, once you go for secession, the Supreme Court will not entertain it. It is on. You don't discuss it.
But why is the federal government so...
You don't discuss it.
Why is the federal government so... letting be the word. Why the federal government no one use here about people coming up to talk, say they no one be part of Nigeria? Because that's people go ask this question now. Say why
if you don't
put only for Nigeria they happen. Other countries we don't get situation where people come up to
say they don't want to.
Say they no want to again. So why
you can say
they
it.
go ask say why federal government they always
Did you watch Catalonia? Did you watch what happened in Catalonia in Spain? Catalonia want to get out of Spain. Did you see what they did? It's not easy. You don't talk about it. Tribe must die for you to build a nation. Tribe must die for you to build a nation. So it's unheard of. We've made mistakes in the past. We don't want to make that mistake again. It's a delicate, complicated matter to be able to track Nnamdi Kanu where he is, and it's a case of international diplomacy. clinical execution of covert operations. And it's going to help Igbo Nation. That arrest will help our people because almost 400 young men lost their lives in less than 2 months. Why do you have absolute quietness there in just 2 weeks? It shows that you don't have plan. You're just sitting there and lionizing young people to go and do despicable things and took laws into their hands. And when small force came, there was no Sambisa forest for them to run to. They were running into ceilings, climbing their ceilings. You don't have forest there. These are the things you need to consider. There are no caves there are no mountains where you will run to. These are things that you need to consider. That's why I said, it's not everything that you settle with war. First of all, you do a study. It's be some, what we call emotional intelligence or cultural competence. Cultural competence makes you to think ahead of time. And emotional intelligence is for you to control your anger and plan. Planning is important. Weigh all the options. Dot all the I's, cross all the T's and dot the I's. And then, before you go for anything, 400 young men were wasted in less than 2 weeks for doing what they're not supposed to do. Ignorance is not an excuse. You say, go there, kill them, burn them.
Okay, so up next, later this month, is the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. So groups like Haneze, Indigbo, and others don't talk, say. Now, something we must happen on a fair note. It must be a fair trial. Wait till you get to talk about that.
Well, we are all preaching, but they have weighty evidence. Given what he said and what happened, do you think that they're going to blame all these boys in the South about this destruction and killing of policemen and burning of police formations on those boys? He's their leader. They will bring these things before him. They will bring Gulag case before him. Bring so many things. They will bring some of these videos I showed you now. You will see himself talking. So it's an evidence. You sold yourself out. That's the way it's going to go. The evidence are weighty, totally unbelievable. Destroy, burn, all kinds of invectives, abuses. He said the president is from Sudan, that the president had died since, that what is how Jibrin from Sudan. You see, we need to be wise. Those who move revolution are wise people, are supposed to be wise people. You don't play into the hands of your enemies. Because once you are taken away as the leader, your followers will just scatter.
So you know things say IPOB will recover from this?
I wouldn't know. Maybe it's not necessary. IPOB has been overtaken by events. War is no longer an option in the 21st century. Like Joe Ibekwe, I won't support it. I'm proudly Nigerian. And I will die a Nigerian.
Now we'll talk about the 2023 elections, where Go see us gets a new Nigerian president. I make I just ask, for your party, the APC, North or South?
South.
South.
We had an understanding. Of gentleman deal. North, South. It's settled. So power comes to the South, but I don't know where it's going. If Southeast had played their politics, this is their time. But they refuse to engage with other people. They tie their hands with PDP.
You believe, say, it will ever come, the time will ever come where we will see an Igbo Nigerian president?
I may be the one. when the time comes. It's possible now, but you have to play the politics. You have to build the bridges. Let me see 200 Igbo leaders enter plane, go to Kaduna or Sokoto to meet with the leaders there. Let me see Igbo leaders, 200, come to Southwest, go to South and negotiate and assure them. You are talking about Biafra, you are talking about presidents. They won't give you power to go and divide Nigeria now. The power of the presidency is enormous, humongous, so big that you cannot trust a separatist with power. So they are nailing it. Igbo presidency left and right. They are not building bridges. They are not thinking. There's no cultural competence. There's no emotional intelligence. There's no love. So you cannot be trusted. That's why we're speaking out. You have so destroyed the bridges, burnt all the bridges that would have led to discussion. I will shock you now. How Buhari became the president of Nigeria. Maybe you have not heard this story. Buhari won elections, won 11 million votes in 2003. He didn't win. He won, he scored another 11 million votes more than in 2007. He didn't win. He repeated the same feat with additional 1 million votes in 2011. 12 million votes, he didn't win. In 2013, Achiwaju of Lagos, former governor of Lagos State, a Yoruba man, called Baba Konde, then Dr. This man from Edo State. I always forget the name of this man. A prince from Auchi. Baba Konde, 2 other persons. I went to Daura in Katsina. And they said, General, you have won, at what you were saying. You have won 11 million votes in 2003, 2007, 2000. Consistently. I forgot, Tony Momo is his name. He was in that trip. He called me on phone and told me shortly before he died. He said, you've won 11 million votes in 2003, 11 million votes in 2007, 12 million votes in 2011. If we put Southwest, 5 million votes, you will win the presidency. The man sat back. He said, can you do that? How? He said, leave it. We will do it. I will do it. Achwaju is a leader now. He walked in 2015. He walked again in 2019. Buhari had 8 years. After 2011 election, he wept. That's so I cannot make it. So Nigeria will just be like this corruption-ridden nation, corrupt nation where people are stealing budgets. So things will just continue like this. Now he's the president. Somebody build the bridges. Somebody did the networking. Somebody spent the money.
Yeah, you mentioned Asiwaju Bola Ahmed.
No, we're just talking about how to become the president. Yeah. You said, are we going to? They don't go beg you. Yes. Don't forget that Abiola won election. I can still go back to that one. Why presidency was zoned to the Southwest in 1999. 2 candidates from Southwest. 2 political parties. Why? Abiola won election. Abiola won election. And they deny him that election and killed him. Kill the wife. If we are to be Igbo, they will go to war. But Yoruba applied competence, cultural competence, and emotional intelligence. In 1999, it paid off. Yoruba man was picked, even though it was not their choice. 2 of them, Olufalaye, Obasanjo, they chose Obasanjo. Why did it happen? Common sense, tact, intelligence, emotional intelligence, cultural competence. If you go to war, you lose everything. You lose everything if you go to war. I didn't go to school during the Civil War. My father was a big man before the war. We lost everything. My father had 4 wives. We couldn't, if you know how we survived the war, we ate all kinds of things to survive. If you see one small food in a day, you thank your God. Our people were taken at a time we could not cope. Children were really kwashoko. And some countries came and picked our children. They never returned. My wife would have been one of them. He just missed the trip by weak scars. By the time the mother brought her, the vehicle has left, either to Gabon to any other place. My wife was taken back. She's my wife today. She would have been in Gabon today, married in Gabon. The president of Gabon then is an Igbo boy, taken to that place during the Civil War. Because Pashiogo, there was no food, there was no protein, nothing. So they came to help. They helped us to take some of these kids to go and resuscitate them because they are dying.
Okay, on a final note, make I just ask this question because you mentioned them, so now question where people that ask. You talk about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a bridge maker, as a king maker, as a leader. Do you see him as the president? The president.
Ha! If he becomes the president of this country, things will be okay. Things will be fine. He's a builder. He laid the foundation for the growth of Lagos. And Lagos is now the 5th largest economy in the world, in Africa. So he can deliver. He's a chartered accountant. Worked with Mobile. Ruled Lagos. He was a senator. He has been a senator. He has a lot to bring to the table. You know, experience cannot be learned from textbooks alone. So he has a lot to bring to the table. But the Nigerians that will decide. That's why I'm sitting there. I'm sitting here today. I served him when he was the governor. I joined Lagos State Government in 2006, late 2005. Served Fashola for 8 years, served Bambode 4 years, and I'm serving Sonwolu. I'm publicity secretary for almost 15 years of our party, whether it's AC, ACN, or APC. And then was the chairman of conference of APC publicity secretaries across Nigeria for 6 years. So I have a lot to bring to the table. I have a lot to bring to the table.
Okay. Engineer Joe Ibekwe, thank you so much for taking our time to do this interview with us. Thank you.